Can we be down? We should be all right now. Can we be down? All right, we good? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. All right. I'm not even going to go into why I wasn't working in the first place. But just know this. It was my fault. And just know this. Anyway, Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the daily. It's the daily go-get-a-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about the 27 Club and under tonight. Y'all know it's Friday. Music Friday on the Daily Go Get 'Emism show. This is the night where we start a little early. We started at 1 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock and a.m. of course. And we talk about a music topic. And the music topic that we're talking about tonight is the 27 Club and under. The 27 Club and under. So we're going to talk about the infamous music artist 27 Club. And if you know anything about that, that is the club of musicians, singers, artists. There's only about 6 of them who passed, who died, who at the age of 27 years old. At the age of 27 years old, they kind of conked out. And, well, there are individual reasons for all of them, but nonetheless, it was a tragedy, and it impacted all of their fans and even people who may not have been real fans of them, but maybe knew of them because they were all iconic figures. So we're going to talk about, things surrounding their passing. And also we're going to talk about whether the 27 Club is a real thing, because there has been, it's sort of like folklore. It's sort of like one of those things that people think is like they think that certain artists are destined for that. Like it's not just a coincidence that some artists have passed at age 27. They think that there's something maybe mystical, spiritual about it. And we can pick around at that too. We can get into that and see if you think that there's something to that. Or if it's just, just a coincidence, just a thing that happens. Hey, and people die at that age all the time. Does that make it the 27 Club? I remember when I was growing up as a teenager, and the most dangerous, most fatal age that I knew about was age 19 for young black males. That was the age that young black males were, dying violently. So I was a member of, no. I didn't want to be a member of the 19 Club. To pass at the age of 19, that ain't good, but many did. And, that was the violent crack, 80s crack and AIDS era. Now here we are, 2025, and we have this thing called the 27 Club. Now the 27 Club seemed to have ended at around 1970, because in 1970 and 71, 69, 70, and 71, we lost 4 artists. Brian Jones in 1969, and he was the creator, the founder of the Rolling Stones, the band, the legendary rock band, the Rolling Stones. And then in, I believe, August of 1970, Jimi Hendrix passed, age 27. Then later on that year, I think the next month or some crazy shit like that, then Janis Joplin died. And she was associated with Jimi Hendrix. Like, they were all colleagues, you know, they weren't bandmates, but they were, you know, they knew each other and they hung around in the same circles. And of course, maybe played gigs in the same venues. So they knew each other. So we thought it stopped at Janis Joplin. And it did, you know, as far as we knew, there weren't any artists that were passing at age 27 until, I believe, what was it, 1994? 1994 with Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain, you know, the infamous late, great Kurt Cobain of Nirvana. So we figured, well, you know, we add one more to the 27 Club. Now, Robert Johnson actually kicked off the 27 Club, if you're really counting. Robert Johnson, the famous country singer. Well, no, I'm sorry. I could actually say that. The blues singer, the blues guitarist, all the way back in the 30s. All the way back. So he was the first artist to kick off the 27 Club, but I don't think that they were counting at that time. They went back after Brian Jones and Jimi Hendrix and Amy Winehouse passed, and he said, well, you know, Robert Johnson passed at 27 also. So then we got Robert Johnson, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, and then in 2011, Amy Winehouse. So she added on to the 27 Club. So we got six artists that are known that comprise the 27 Club. Oh, welcome, trolls. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Where would I be without cats that didn't have anything to do but come through and be contrarian? I don't give a fuck though. You know what I mean? Y'all talk shit, I talk shit back. We have a great time. We have a great time. T. Carey, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. What's good? This is how long do you gotta learn how to write? I ain't mad at you, unlawful rice, but you gotta learn how to write. He says, how long do you lasting in a ring? Do you mean how long are you lasting in a ring with Mike Tyson as of right now? I do believe that as a trained boxer, pro, with mad championships, I do know that he would beat me. Well, at least I think so. But I would probably last I would say about 3 or 4, maybe 3 or 4 rounds, maybe. But then again, I don't know. Tyson blows ain't no joke. He's a tactician. What is Tucker? What up, Tucker? Tucker Lane, what's good? How you feeling? All right, so that's what we're talking about tonight, the 27 Club. So we're going to be talking about the 27 Club and under. The 27 Club and under, because there are some artists that, you know, gained a lot of fame and notoriety, and they never reached age 27. And so this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to open it up, and we're going to talk about the 27 Club and what they may have meant to you, and what them passing at 27, age 27 may have meant for you or meant to you. Then we're going to talk about other artists that may not have even made it to age 27. You know, the notorious B.I.G.'s, the Tupacs. There are more. I started to do it like 30, under 30, and maybe we can address that. In a different kind of way. down the line, but this is dealing with the 27 Club. How many of y'all have heard of the 27 Club? Is that like a new term to y'all, or have you heard of it before? He said, is that LL Cool J dad? LL Cool J is 2 years older than me, son. The difference between me and LL Cool J is LL Cool J is not going to let you see no gray hair on him. Clean shaven. No mustache, no nothing. Like, LL decided that he was going to be an actor. Now, when he was around 28, remember, he had like a little beard, little shadow beard. If you remember, when he was on, what was that show he was on? What was it called? In the House? Remember, he had like a little shadow beard and all of that. As the older he got, the more he started trying to look young. That's my favorite rapper, though. I ain't mad at him, but come on now. He was born in 68. I was born in 70. So I'm 55. He a whole 58. And his birthday is this month on the 15th. So he gonna be a whole 58. He about to be 58. Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT. Do I support Trump? Yeah, I support him. I support him with this. This is all the support I have for Trump and MAGA. This is my support for Trump and MAGA. This is my support. Oh, I got more support. If I had a third hand, I would support him times 3. This is for MAGA and Trump. Zach says, you talking about Kurt Cobain? Yeah, we talking about Kurt Cobain. We talking about Amy Winehouse. We talking about Janis Joplin. We're talking about Jimi Hendrix. We're talking about Brian Jones. We're talking about Robert Johnson. Johnson, Jones, Hendrix, Joplin. Where we at? Let's see. Wait. Robert Johnson, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix. Oh, you know who I'm forgetting? Morrison. Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison passed in 1971. He's the member that I keep forgetting that's in the 27 Club. He's the member that's on the 27 Club that I have to make sure that I remember. Zach says, I didn't realize Tupac and Biggie were 27 years. No, they weren't. They never made it to 27. That's why this show is called the 27 Club and Under. So we're going to talk about artists tonight that died at 27. That's the 27 Club or less. Tupac was 25 when he passed and Biggie was 24. So when you think about the impact that Tupac and Biggie had and the number of years that they were in the industry, they were only alive for a quarter or less. Biggie was 24. He wasn't 25 yet. He would have been 25 May 21st, I believe that's his birthday. Tupac, 25 years old. Just turned 25. Because I think his birthday is in June or something like that. So yeah. Let me see. What's that? Harris Brewster? What's good? Thanks for coming through, yo. Yo, do me a favor. Please hit that like button. We're going to have a good conversation tonight. It's going to be good. You can trust that it's going to be good. Do you think Diddy had any involvement in Tupac's or Biggie's death? Honestly, I don't. I know that, there's some evidence that people say and all of that kind of shit, but I don't think he would have been able to get away with that. Honestly, I believe that if Diddy had any real involvement, well, let me put it this way. I don't think he had anything to do with Tupac's murder. Biggie, if you really think about it, he owned 100% of Biggie's publishing, and Biggie only had 2 studio albums. He only had 2 studio albums. So was he worth more? Was Biggie worth more to Diddy, dead or alive? If he was Tupac, I could see why he would do it. Because Tupac had catalog, he could come out with 10 albums after his death. Biggie wasn't that busy. He had 2 studio albums. He released a 3rd album after Biggie's death. That's all there was. Biggie didn't write like Tupac did. Tupac used his time like he was dying tomorrow. So he wrote songs and songs and songs and songs and recorded them. So he was such a workaholic, he must have did nothing. How did he do shows and appearances? Because he had so much recording time. It would be different if all he did was write. But no, he recorded those songs. So as far as Diddy is concerned with Biggie, why would you kill off your cash cow that way? He owned 100% of his publishing. 100% of a superstar? Come on, man. If Diddy had anything to do with Biggie's death, that was the dumbest thing he could have ever done. That would be like you had the goose who laid the golden eggs and you decided, I'm just going to keep the golden eggs, but I'm going to kill the goose. You could have had 100 more eggs, dummy. But okay. So I don't know. I wasn't there. Yes. We got a caller on the line. Caller on the line. Yo, let's see what they talking about. Let's find.
You have a call from.
Yeah. Kim, what's good? How you feeling?
Uh-oh. Hey, good evening. Good morning.
Why you say uh-oh?
Because I had the mute press.
Oh, all right. I got you. All right, hold on. Just give me a second. Let me address the rest of these comments in the chat. And you said, who did I vote for? Well, if I got these for Trump, who the fuck you think I voted for? Who did he run against? I wouldn't vote for that motherfucker if he was voting. If he gave me millions of dollars, I wouldn't vote for him. Let's get something straight right now. First of all, this is not going to be a political show in any way. Second of all, fuck Trump, fuck MAGA, and everything they stand for. The motherfuckers are going down, and I couldn't be happier. And that's that. We ain't talking about that no more. So, I mean, if you don't like it, if you are MAGA or whatever, I don't have anything against you personally, but fuck them. And fuck him. 2026 shit. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. What up, Pat Steiner? What's good? Zach says, damn, Biggie and Tupac were just kids. Tupac is the greatest in my book. You think so? Okay. I think that. No, I don't have eyeliner on. Y'all fucking mind, man. I'm a real man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Lyrically, I don't think Tupac was that good. But he knew how to get feeling out of people. He knew how to get the soul out of people. But lyrically, Tupac was way superior Biggie was way superior than Tupac. Way superior than Tupac. All right. He said, get a job, cuz. You know, cuz and cuh got the same 3 letters. You could have just went away. I guess you had to make it sound cool, huh? Alright. Zach said, how did Diddy own 100% of Biggie Smalls? That don't even sound right. Then all you gotta do is check your history. Biggie was in the streets. And Diddy was trying to get him, to get out of the streets and get in the booth and get serious about this record shit. So Biggie was in the streets, and he went down south. I think he went to Virginia somewhere because, you know, he had work out of town or whatever. And Diddy was like, listen, come back to New York. Let's go ahead and get these songs and let's get this album finished or whatever, and I'll make you a deal. He gave him $250,000 for his publishing, and Biggie took it. He didn't know that he was going to grow up and be a superstar. Well, he didn't have time to grow. He was about, when he took the deal, he was about 21 years old. He didn't know he was going to blow like that. He didn't know. He figured he was just a rapper. He got a little record contract or whatever. He didn't know. He didn't see the vision. So he sold him 100% of his publishing. So he will not get his family does not get any royalty checks. That's why people are mad at Diddy. But he didn't have to take the deal. He took it. He had $250,000 in his pocket. He was good with that. He made money from shows and shit, but no dough, no publishing. Now, just because you don't get publishing, that means you don't get royalties. It doesn't mean that you don't get money for featuring on a song. It doesn't mean that. You know, you get that money up front. I am Goat Man says, how do I pull the baddies, bro? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what age you are, but whatever age you are, you should know how to do that by now. God's Lord says, black bald headed. You, white dick headed. Alexis. Wait a minute. No, Alex Schoenthal. Do I remember you? Not really. But let's see. Let's see where you come from. Oh yeah, you were here before. You were on a show called I went through a lot to be with you. Oh, okay. Thanks for coming back through, Alex. I appreciate you, my dude. I do. And Zun says, lyrically, Biggie was better, but overall stats, Pac had him beat. I can't argue with that. He sold more records. Can't argue with that. But lyrically, he was better. That's why I could feel Biggie. I couldn't feel Pac. But that's me. You know, we know what Tupac meant to the industry. We know what he meant to his fans. Even people who weren't alive when he was alive. They think he was the best. He wasn't. Biggie wasn't the best either, though. Spoiler alert. Biggie was never the best. You know, people, they can say what they want. But I was alive and well, and I'm older than both of them. I'm 1 year older than Tupac, 2 years older than Biggie. They were never the best in my book. Lyrically? That's an insult. That's an insult to the pioneers. Anthony Hicks says Biggie Smalls was a liability. Is this thing on? The fuck? A liability? Please, sir, explain that. Mariah Jenkins is in the house. What's up, Mariah? What's good? What's good? Oh, I'm Goat Man says I'm 15. Oh, that would explain a lot. Seahawks. Boo, Seahawks. Boo, boo. We going back to the Super Bowl. Not you. Not you. All right. Jay Algo says, your name is Jay Algu. You need to fix that beard, OG. Man, I just shaped my shit up today. My shit sharp as a tack. Fuck you. Fuck you talking about? You wish you could have a beard like this. All right. New York celebrity. Sharice Brewster. What's good, Sharice? Stocks Family Farm. Karis One had a lot to say. Karis One was dope. Extremely. Still is. Ruggins. Oh, here y'all go with the dumb shit. Who is the best? Well, I'll tell you what. I would say that whoever is the best would have to still be alive. So you can take your pick. You can take your pick between Big Daddy Kane. You can take your pick between LL. You can take your pick between Cool G Rap or Rakim. Because it's going to be really. You could even say Eminem or Mos Def or Most Def. You could also say Talib Kweli. Black Thought of the Roots. Who's better than him lyrically? Yeah, I'm just saying. If you go by strictly commercial success, then I can't argue with a Biggie, or actually I can, because I guess 50 Cent would be the best now, wouldn't he? Because he sold a whole lot of records. But he's ass. Hammer sold a lot of records. But he was ass. Vanilla Ice sold a lot of records. But he was ass. Diddy sold a whole lot of records, but he's ass. So if you're gonna go by record sales, whoever comes out on top is gonna be like, I don't know. All right, y'all. What up, Kim? How you feeling tonight, ma? What's good?
I'm laughing because you said Vanilla Ice, and he just emerged out of the blue.
Yo, he sold a lot of records. So if you want to say, if you want to limit who's the best to record sales, hey, you know what I mean? Vanilla Ice is going to be up there top 10 easily.
For sure, he's not selling shit now. So
hey, you can't erase history. You can't erase history. So, all right. So, you know what we talking about tonight?
Yeah, this is an odd topic because there's not a lot of people for us to reference. But I mean, I can't think of that many. But you know,
well, it's if we only talk about the 27 club, then we don't have a lot to talk about. But that's why I said the 27 and under club.
Still not a lot. It's 27 and under. In my opinion, it's not. But first, what's up?
We gonna get into it.
What's up, family? What's up, weirdos? Oh, Tech 9. Ooh, buddy. Got some. Anyway.
Look, I wasn't gonna read that shit. I wasn't gonna read that. He put it in the chat, and then he made a super chat out. I wasn't gonna read that shit. You know what I mean? You did him a favor.
I know other things about Tech 9, so that's why.
Oh, okay. The rapper Tech 9. The rapper Tech 9.
Mm-hmm.
He's ass, but okay, he's garbage. But he sold.
He wasn't at first. He was cool at first, and then something happened somewhere. So, in any case, what's up, Mariah? I heard you say something to her.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she's back. Anyway, so let's address this. Let's address this topic. I still don't think it's a lot of people. It's not a lot that who I know about. Let me say that. Mm-hmm. Not a lot I know about 27 and under. And I really knew those few you said for 27. Now, if we talk about under, of course, I mean, it goes without saying we can't leave Aaliyah out. Because she was, what, 20, 22, 23, 24, somewhere in there.
Yeah, she was young.
Yeah, Aaliyah was still a baby, you know. When they had the plane crash. Mm-hmm. So, and I think that, her death seemed to have affected a lot of people. Just like Tupac and just like Biggie, it went from one part of the country to the next, and then even across the waters, other people were affected. So they did have an impact on people, and people were crying and all the things when Aaliyah's plane crashed. And I think with all three of them, of course, there was a lot of sadness just because, Biggie's and Tupac's are so violent. And, of course, that's just a different kind of feeling when there's violence involved. And then with Aaliyah, it was just like, hey, she was just getting on the plane and, she just popped out this video, yada, yada, yada. So.
Well, like there are a lot of artists that pass, under the age of 27. You can take it to Buddy Holly and them. You know what I'm saying? Like Otis Redding. There are a lot of artists. When you start thinking about it, under the age in 20. Under the age of 27. That's why I said 27 and under. You might not really be thinking about it, but when you really get into it, a lot of artists have passed under the age of 27. Some you may not have even.
Of a lot, because I don't think of a lot.
Well, I just mentioned 3. Did you think of those 3?
Of course.
You thought of Otis Redding?
Yes.
Okay. You thought of Buddy Holly?
Yes.
Okay. All right, because you didn't mention them. So, but there are more.
No, I only mentioned one.
Uh-huh.
I know I only mentioned one.
And there are artists that have died, in the last 10 years that were under.
That's what I'm saying. What is your version of a lot? Because for me, I may be able to name 7, including Aaliyah. And if we say 30 and under, maybe Left Eye. I think she was 30 at the time she, perished. But
no, she was over 30. She was over 27. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, but other than that, Selena was young. She was in her early 20s. What's my man from the movie with Vivica Fox and Leela Rashawn and Frankie? What was his last name? Why the Fools Fall in Love? Frankie
Lyman.
Yeah, Frankie Lyman. Yeah, him. I think of him. Richie Valens, he was still a teenager. He was a baby when he died. I just can't think of too many who were under that age. Recently, of course, we had the dude Pop Smoke and his last name is Miller.
Mac Miller.
Oh yeah, Mac Miller.
You got Scott LaRock all the way back in 1987. He was the first hip hopper to get killed, so he kind of kicked off the whole thing.
How old was he?
He was 22, 22. He was under 27, that's for sure. You know what I mean? He was older than us, but he was under 27. And you also got Freaky Ty of the Lost Boys, because he died in 98. I think he was like a year younger than me, so he might have been 27. Let me see. How old was Freaky Ty when he died? 27. He's a 27 Club member. Damn. Freaky Ty. So, you may not have been up on a lot of them, over the years. But if you think about it, over the years, there have been so many artists that have passed under the age of 27. But we didn't really start paying attention or labeling them until the 27 Club happened. But when you really think about it, the 27 Club really only covered 3 years, 69, 70, and 71. Brian Jones died in 1969, then Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin in 1970, and then Jim Morrison in 71. That was the 27 Club right there. If you
I don't even know nothing about that until you said that tonight. I've never even heard of that. So
you never heard of the 27 Club?
No.
Oh shit. Oh. Oh, okay.
That's why I'm like, this is such a strange topic. This is such a strange topic for our Friday music show.
Nah, you just getting the education tonight. This is a known phenomenon.
It's not even education I care about.
That's okay, Kim. You know what I mean? You know what? I didn't want to take algebra when I was in high school, but guess what? I took that shit,
never heard
past that
that.
shit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make a lot of sense to me when I was taking it, but I had to take it. And I had to learn it, and it makes sense to me now. All right. So you mean, Alex? You mean Juice World? Oh, you spelled it right. My bad. I thought it said Juice Wild. My bad. You got it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Juice World.
Yeah, it's a lot of artists.
Again, when you say a lot, how do you? Oh yeah, and that other one too.
Extacion.
That's another one too. I forgot about.
There are a lot of artists that have died under the age of 27.
When you say a lot, define a lot. Again,
well, we done named over 10. We've named under 10. How many you want? You want 20? Because we can get there easily. You know what I mean? But you're not. I'm not going to know all of them offhand. They in the chat. They're going to know some. You know what I mean? You came up with Aaliyah. I wasn't thinking about Aaliyah. So you know what I'm saying? There are plenty. People die every day, B. And some of them make records. Like what's her name? What was her name? She had a show. No, she had a record or something like that. She passed in the 90s. She was young, a female rapper. Oh shit.
And she had a show?
What was her name? It said is what's in?
I can look up.
Something with a C? MC Trouble? Was it MC Trouble? I think it was.
Oh yeah,
MC Trouble.
I don't know about the show, but MC Trouble, yeah, that's somebody who did. She did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot. You know, some of them weren't big name musicians at the time, but there are a lot of artists who died young. We're talking about the ones who died at age 27 because, and the reason why I came up with that is because there are a lot of people who believe that the 27 club is not just a coincidence. Not saying that people got killed at that time, but they think it's like some kind of spiritual reference to it. Like some kind of spiritual symbolization to it. Because what Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and Brian Jones meant to the industry at the time of their passing, like it wasn't no small thing. Like they was large. More so than maybe what Kurt Cobain meant to grunge and that Seattle movement. Like they was, they pretty much put rock music. Like Janis Joplin is arguably, and I don't even really think I don't think it's a question of it. She was like the queen of rock. Females didn't sing lead back in the 60s and before then. It didn't happen. Not no rock band. It didn't happen. And the way she was giving it up. Have you ever listened to Janis Joplin music?
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Her shit different. She could write her ass off. She has soul like crazy. So, yeah, but she was the only one doing it like that. So she paved the way for Chrissy Hynde, for Joan Jett, for for rock bands that put females like the Carpenters or Fleetwood Mac. They wasn't doing that. They wasn't putting no females out there. It was rock music was a man's game. So, for her to be the opposite, where the band, her band was called oh god damn, the fuck, the something, the fuck. What was Janis Joplin's band called? Big Brother and the Holding Company. So
what a name.
yeah, right? You should see their first album. The artwork and all of that shit. It was different. It was really something. And so for Big Brother and the Holding Company to be all males on, musicians, and to take this female and put her up front. Think about, you've seen videos of Woodstock and Monterey Pop and all of that. You didn't see no female artists?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. But you saw her and she tore shit up. So, she was a pioneer. And when I listen to, I hear her influence in a lot of soul singers. Like, I don't know if you've listened to a lot of Millie Jackson. Millie Jackson's music and the way she was singing reminds me a lot of Janis Joplin. Definitely the influence there. Can't even front on it. Especially the music.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me see. Damn, man, where are my fucking moderators? What the hell? where we at? God damn. All right, let me get motherfuckers out of here. Let me remove some of the riff-raff in here. Let me shout out some of the good people. Let's go start. What's good? How you feeling? And Ramesh Mars? No, Romo Hughes Mars. If I'm butchering your name, man, blame it on my head, not my heart. Shout out to you. Let me see. Tyrelli? How old was La Bamba when he died? I think you're talking about Ricky Valens. Let me see. How old was Ricky Valens when he died? Richie Valens. Richie. Yeah, he was 17 years old.
Yeah, I already said that. I said it earlier.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Still a baby.
Yeah, he was, man. This one only had one record. He only had one record, man. He had a single. He didn't even get an album out yet. Wasn't fair. All right, let me see. Stony Beats says, I won't take no sort of education from someone who got completely separate pieces of facial hair. Hey, you know what? I'm not even mad at you for saying that. Because I can't explain it, my dude. If I had hair, because I can grow it around here, I just can't grow it up here, it would be all gray. I don't know why my mustache is salt and pepper, but my beard is totally gray, and my eyebrows are not gray, and my arm hair ain't gray. I don't know why. I have no answers for that. But I ain't mad at you for saying that. But I am a little mad at you for observing that hard, because you looking real hard. I hope you not getting hard over there, because this ain't that kind of party. We don't play these kind of games. This is a nice, healthy group of heterosexuals. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about music tonight and trying to have a good time exchanging ideas. That's what we do. So if you coming over here with that lip-wristed, switching your walk type shit, go ahead with all of that. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what I mean? I'm like Secret over here. I'm strong enough for a man, but I'm made for women. Get the fuck out of here with that. Fuck out of here, nigga. Get fuck out of here. Nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. All right, let's go.
Jason just came in. What's up, Jason?
What up? Is you zero? Is you zero? Don't go chasing waterfalls. You talking about Left Eye? Left Eye was older than 27 when she died.
She was 30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eazy-E was 31. Okay, so y'all, okay. If nothing else, y'all understand where we going with this tonight. Goku, what's up? What's up? What's up? Benny Cortrell, what up? What up? Okay. Popeyes or Church's Chicken. Really? Really large? What's that? Large Pro? Neither one of them, man. I'm not eating none of that shit. I'm not eating none of that shit. But Church's. All right, fuck it. If you gonna force it down my throat, then Church's. With a gun to my head. All right. Jesus the King 22. My man Jay Sloan is in the house. What up? What up? What up? Nick's Prides. You said a guy loves me. That's gay. I don't know what the fuck you talking. I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers, yeah. Yo, maybe y'all do need some Jesus. Yo, sprinkles. Yo, all my holy rollers in there. Sprinkle some Jesus on these motherfuckers. They need some Jesus. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I didn't know we needed Jesus tonight. All right. Anyway, so like I said, the 27 Club is it's a phenomenon to some, and it's a coincidence to others. You know what I mean? There are plenty of people who don't know about it or really think about it. But there have been theories about the 27 Club. As a matter of fact, let's look it up. What theories have there been about the 27 Club? Okay. Several series, documentaries, and podcasts explore the legendary 27 Club, including the Netflix documentary 27 Gone Too Soon, the popular podcast, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm looking for, because I had seen something. Hold on. Now, it says the most famous member of the 27 Club was Brian Jones. You agree? Brian Jones was the founder of the Rolling Stones.
Oh, okay.
Now, how is he the most famous? Now, there's a good chance that he could have been the most famous at that time. But would I consider him to be more famous as time went on? Would I consider him to be more famous than Hendrix?
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Definitely not.
Right? But he died under mysterious circumstances. And actually, all of them kind of died under mysterious circumstances, even though we knew why they died. Because if you look at Jimi Hendrix died of an overdose, right? But he wasn't alone when he died. So the question and he was in a publishing dispute with his record company or his manager or some shit like that. So many people felt like Jimi Hendrix was murdered and they made it look like it was an overdose. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they gave him some drug that he wasn't used to taking, because he was a wild guy. And there's no doubt that he experimented with drugs. But there's some speculation that at that age, he didn't know exactly what his drug of choice was and that he would switch up. You know what I'm saying? So, but there was there was very little investigation about Jimi Hendrix's death, and people wanted a further investigation, and they kind of closed it down, even down to the autopsy. So, you know, we don't know if we got an accurate reading or accurate account of the circumstances that caused his death. We're not, to this day, we're not 100% sure about
would
that.
never know.
Exactly. So with the other members of let's see, how did Brian Jones die? What is the mystery surrounding Brian Jones's death? Okay. The mystery surrounding Brian Jones' death in 1969 stems from the official ruling of death by misadventure, accidental drowning while under the influence of drugs or alcohol, conflicting with lingering suspicions of foul play, particularly involving construction worker Frank Thorogood, who argued with Jones that day and allegedly confessed to murder on his deathbed.
Oh, well, now that becomes interesting. And why is there no movie?
There was a movie.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Was there a movie about Brian Jones's life? Yes, there are movies about Brian Jones, most notably the fictionalized drama Stoned in 2005, which focuses on his final days, and recent documentaries like The Stones and Brian Jones in 2023, Rolling Stone's Life and Death of Brian Jones, 2019-2022, exploring his rise, talent, and tragic fall.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
I knew none of these.
Hold on. How, Brian Epstein, what age did Brian Epstein die? Oh, he was 32. Okay. No wonder he's not in it. Brian Epstein was the manager of the Beatles.
Okay.
He was a very instrumental in their success, extreme, and he was like, he was a big deal. Brian, they even mentioned him on the Flintstones. They called him Brian Epstein.
Oh, I remember episodes like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Zarnaf said, chin strap, no football helmet. Yo, man. Chin strap, though? Yeah, I can't be mad at that either. I ain't mad at it. All right. Alex. Alex, Juice WRLD sang a song about the 27 Club. I didn't know that. He didn't make it nowhere near it, right?
Yeah, he's not somebody I really listened to like that. But I knew when he passed, they just kept, who was talked about.
Jason says Hendrix was said to have passed out after taking barbiturates and then asphyxiated on his own vomit. That's the official story. Right. But like I said, he wasn't alone. And the chick that was up there tried to deny that she was there. But the hotel log proved that she was. So it was like, you ain't see the boy choking? You was right there. Like, choking? I didn't see nobody choking. I didn't hear nobody choking. Who choking? I don't know. What choking?
If they were both getting high together, she probably was too high to realize it.
Hey, unfortunately, I've had the experience of knowing somebody who died because they was getting high with somebody who was scared to call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Closed the door and let the boy die. He very well could have lived. He was a drinker and a cokehead that fucked around with heroin, and you can't just do that. And he was definitely the type to push the limits and go too far. And unfortunately, it cost my man his life. 2003, my man Rob. Alright. Damn, Alex, I thought you was alright. Man. Alright, Kevin Galbrini. What up? He said, where them bones at? You know what, man? I'm gonna do it for you. I got the bones for you. Let's get rid of that. I ain't gonna let nobody request the bones and I don't throw the bones on. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. We good. We good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Please, y'all. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm not gonna try to sell y'all nothing. I'm not gonna ask y'all for nothing. By the way, I guess I should give a shout out to the boy who gave up the $2. I'm not gonna read your shit, but fuck it. Romo Lose Mars. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No hard feelings, right? No hard feelings. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Please hit it a little bit more. I know we can do better than that. Because if we had 49 votes on the poll, but we only have 14 likes. So you can only vote one time. So you know there's an imbalance going on here. Just because we
don't control, at least hit a like button.
Man. All right, you know what?
Let's sit here and waste your time.
All right, so with 49 votes in the poll so far, let's go to the poll question. What do you think is the main reason for artists dying under 30 years old? And overwhelmingly, 53% said drugs and alcohol. Damn. 32% said violence. That's still high. 4% said illness. And 10% said freak accidents like plane crashes.
That would be Aaliyah and Richie.
And Otis Redding.
Yeah, Otis Redding.
Buddy Holly. There are other freak accidents like car crashes, car accidents, or like Trouble T. Roy falling off the speaker.
Oh yeah, that was
There've been a lot of artists that have they didn't get shot or get sick, but they got them on up out of here.
That drug one is always going to be the first thought. The drug one is going to always be the first thought when it's musicians. Yeah,
unfortunately, when you're talking about musicians, a lot of times you're talking about drugs. A lot of times you're talking about drugs and alcohol as part of the game. It's unfortunate that it has the huh? Oh damn!
Kids is suicide.
Well, shoot, with a lot of artists, it's been suicide anyway, and a lot of those artists, a lot of those suicides had drugs and alcohol, attached to them. So there's that. He said, "Why your beard sculpted like that?" Because that's the way I cut it. I cut my own shit. And that's
so weird that some men be sitting around worried about another man's beard.
They just got to have something to say. You got to understand.
Weird.
You know what I mean? They might have been around in the world just cold, being invisible. They got to come here and, you know what I mean? They coming out of closet. Like, look, someone will listen to me. Montago Smith, what up? What up? Angel Nicholas, Black Moon or Artifacts? I'm going to go with Black Moon on that. I liked Artifacts, but I like Black Moon a little better. Musically, lyrically, yeah, I'm going to go with Black Moon. They didn't make a lot of records. They got real popular off of what they had. We Got the Props, and the original Gun Clappers. They didn't have a lot of them. But yeah, DJ Premier or Pete Rock, Primo. Not that I don't like Pete Rock, but Primo was no question for me. I farted, then shitted my pants. So you sharted. You didn't invent that. Believe me, more people have sharted than admitted. So at least you had the balls or the butt to admit it. Do you? Just clean up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't want to be out. You don't want to be out there in the world smelling like that. Hopefully you weren't at work when it happened. And if you were at work, I hope you left early. Just clock out, man. Just clock out. Call them from home. Tell them you had an emergency. Tell them that your kid daycare was closing immediately and you had to go. If they don't fire you, that means they understand. It's probably only one write-up. You'd be all right. No suspension. Hopefully you didn't have any more violations. But yeah, so, you know, when I was thinking about this 27 Club thing, I was thinking that a lot of, you know, in whatever city that you live in, there's probably a lot of young people that you know of or know personally that have died under the age of 27. And that's tragic in and of itself. But one of the reasons why it seems so tragic when a music artist dies under the age of 27 is because, and you can tell me whether you agree with this or not. We think that people who have access, you know, they have money and fame and maybe even a little bit of power, we feel like they have more control over their destiny than us common folk that are just working 9 to 5 or just trying to get our business plans off the ground. You know what I mean? So because they are so well known with so many people, especially before the internet, you know, we look at it like, you know, they have money, they traveling around the world, they know people. When you get to know people from different cultures and backgrounds, ethnicities and races or whatever, then, you know, it builds a greater networking pool for you. So we figured, like, you have every opportunity to keep yourself alive. And it doesn't work that way. Human beings are human beings regardless of their socioeconomic status. So when we hear of an Aaliyah dying or Tupac or Biggie, it seems so extra tragic because it's like, damn, you know, they were so young, but their impact to the world was just so big, it's so great. And it alerts us it may alert us to what's going on out there in the streets and make us a little bit more aware or a little bit more careful or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I was thinking. Now, I don't know if anybody else looks at it that way, but I'm thinking like, just like when you know somebody that has a lot of money, you know, if they don't have anything else, they have access. So they can get on planes, trains, and automobiles at times when we might not be able to do it. So we figure, you know, with that being said, you have a opportunity to enjoy your life a little bit more if you believe that money brings you happiness. And of course, not everybody thinks that way. But nonetheless, you know, we look at people who can easily pay their bills. Like, we look at them like having it going on. So when they die out of nowhere, you're like, what the fuck? Like, how'd that happen? We thinking that you should at least live to be a ripe old age. But we got to understand, in the entertainment industry, drugs, alcohol, mad pressures, a busy ass schedule that none of us would ever know anything about. So it hits different. It hits different. Like your 25-year-old cousin, you know, gets shot and killed, God forbid. But we know what time it is with that. We know, more than likely, we know what he was into. We know if he was in the streets or not. We know if he was a gang member. We know if he was outside or not. With somebody who is in the entertainment industry and has been successful in the entertainment industry, we thinking that, like, when you think about it, like Biggie and Tupac got shot, that's how they died. With what they had going on, that's how it had to end for them. When you think about it, it's kind of crazy. But it's a reality that we have to face every day. So
I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it because they're popular or in the industry that I'm so shocked. If anything, maybe if they were sick, that would be the one thing that I'm like, whoa, you have the resources to get the kind of assistance you need if you have an illness. So that was shocking. And it depends on what it is, of course. But if it's like it's cancer, then, I'm like, yeah. But if it's just something like to hear some artist die from the flu or something, I'm like, wait a minute, you had all the resources to get what you need. That would surprise me. Suicide, that would surprise me. But just because they're in the industry, I don't just automatically like, hey, they're good. I don't even, that it doesn't surprise me as much.
Okay.
Certain things.
So,
because I'm just like, they still people. Like, it's gonna make me sad if it's my cousin, if it's Aaliyah, if it's anybody's child. That's how I look at it. Like, my sadness begins first with the parents, the family, the loved ones. So, but I'm never just like, oh, I'm devastated because it's so and so and so, because they're in the industry. I don't look at it like that.
yeah, you may not look at it you may not look at it that way because you may have a different perspective, but the average fan is looking at it in a different way because they're fans. You know what I'm saying? So like, even outside of death, like death aside, when I look at some of some of the things that happen to certain artists, negative things, and it has me
like
thinking.
Bankruptcy, that's the one that shocks me.
Exactly, bankruptcy, sexual deviancy, and I'm like, even when they just get married to somebody, you see who they got married to, and maybe the marriage failed, and all. You're like, hold on. Like, all right. Take like Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all right, they seem to be a good couple and all of that kind of shit. But I couldn't be no Russell Wilson. No fucking way. Like, I don't see how, with all the money and access that you have, because he was a superstar in his own right, you gotta get a chick that was dogged out by this rapper dude who got a bunch of kids? Like you like Kanye West. Kanye West was a superstar when he got with Kim. Like, so this the chick you married? Like this one. Let me get this straight. This is the chick you gotta marry. The one you knew from the sex tape with Ray J. And all these other niggas that done ran through her. That's who you fell in love with? You got access to Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, North America, Canada, United States, Caribbean. The North Pole can't go to the South Pole, but you got Iceland, Greenland, you got Siberia. That's who you chose. That's who you fell in love with, nigga. So, yeah, it's surprising.
It wouldn't happen like that.
Huh?
I believe that's what he said. I believe if his mother were alive at that time, it wouldn't have happened.
He wouldn't have fell in love with it. Huh?
I don't think he would have given her a second thought.
He's a clout chaser.
I don't feel like he would have given her a second.
He's a clout chaser. He's a clout chaser.
Geronda seemed like a vocal person. Well, we saw her be vocal. And I think she would have kept his head someplace else. Like,
he might have kept his head. She wasn't going to keep his dick nowhere but except where he wanted to put it. So,
I mean, I don't know.
Look, I get so sick of everybody giving him that out about his mom. I'm not trying to hear it. He's a grown-ass man, and he knows what he likes. He knows what he likes. I'm not giving him no excuses. He ain't commit no crime by getting with Kim, but yeah, it surprised me. But he's a clout chaser. He believes in people who have access. You see how he was on Trump dick? You know what I mean? He's a clout chaser. Ain't no way around it. And there are too many examples of him chasing clout.
You have a call from
Troy.
Look who. So you doing half a day tonight? That's what's up.
You know one thing about it, man, is bro. When your cousin comes to your apartment, he brings this stuff. It's the stuff called telesport.
So you saying like where my killer tape? You know, niggas came through 40s and blunts, and I mean, I don't know what happened.
Right now, I feel like fucking Bill Withers. A lovely day.
Man, you gotta chill.
Man, yes, that's the fuck I got to, bro, man. I love y'all, though, bro. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Feliz Navidad, Happy.
Listen to this slurring, drunk ass shit, motherfucker. You take a cold shower and call back. What the fuck is you doing?
I'm here, man. Yeah, fuck Kanye. You fucking right. I agree with you, son.
I mean, ain't no way around it. I ain't giving that motherfucker another. All right, so he used ghostwriters. If his mom was alive, he wouldn't use a ghostwriter. He married a hoe. If his mom was alive, he wouldn't have married a hoe. He sucking Donald Trump dick. If his mom didn't die, he wouldn't have sucked it. Like, come on, man.
Any fucking time you come out and say, when I was a kid, I sucked my cousin.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done that if his mom was like, come on. His mom was alive when he sucked his cousin's dick, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What we doing?
Listen, some shit he just take to the grave, bro. Not Kanye. He like to bring that shit up.
Yo, Elon Musk said, on God, there's literally billions of fish in the sea. And he went and got the one that he knew from the sex tape with Ray J. You can't explain that away. Like, yo, he's a streak. He want the one everybody else fucked. And in his mind, he like, but they not gonna fuck her like I'm a fucker. Like, be my guest, nigga.
You can be an honest woman.
But isn't that common among men anyway?
No.
A lot of men think that. A lot of men see the whore and be like, that's the one I want.
Yeah. Because he just want a whore, not a wife.
Wait, son. You the one that said you could turn a hoe into a housewife.
and I can. And a bunch of housewives have been hoes. It ain't where you start, it's where you finish. However, ain't no way I'm gonna have a wife where I know that I met off a sex tape and shit. That's not gonna be my first vision of her. Mm-hmm. But look, we not look. Fuck Kanye, fuck Kanye, and fuck all those excuses for him. He a grown ass man. He might be crazy, but he get what he want. and he know what he want. So yeah, so we talking about the 27 Club tonight. Do you know what do you know about that? You know about that.
Yeah, I know about this. Come on, man. Yeah, shit, fuck that.
All right.
Whether they living or they dead, I know about a lot of 27 Club.
All right. So we talking about the 27 Club and under. So we were talking about, you know, the artists that passed, you know, under the age of 27. And as you know, they're a lot. You know, when you start digging, start remembering, digging through the crates and all that kind of stuff, you know, because I was talking about Scott LaRock earlier. You know what I mean? Like, he was the first hip hopper to get killed violently, but he sure wasn't the last, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Man.
They started multiplying that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anybody mentioned, who was it? Amy Winehouse?
Yeah, we talked about, well, she's in the 27 Club.
Yeah, he part of that shit.
So she's actually the last entry of the 27 Club. But what we did find out is that Freaky Ty of the Lost Boys, he was 27.
Yeah.
But nobody put him in the 27 Club.
They really didn't know that he was. They didn't know that that he knew he was a great rapper. A lot of people don't understand that. They just thought that he was a hype man. No, he was a great rapper.
No, he really wasn't. He was a hype man. He wasn't great.
You put him at a 7.
You would put him at a 7? Freaky Ty?
Yeah, I'd give him. I mean, shit. Come on, let's just give him a 7, son. He's going. Just give him.
All right, you know what? If I think that Flavor Flav used to be rocking the mic a little bit, then all right, I guess I gotta give it to Freaky Ty. All right.
Give it to Freaky. Just give a 7.
I ain't never had nothing against Freaky Ty. I didn't. I ain't had nothing against him.
I mean, Flavor Flav. Look at me. What you guys say about me? You know, too much posse. That shit, too much posse was stupid shit, bro. You gotta get Flavor on for Flavor. Too much posse.
That shit was dope. That was my shit. I used to be rocking that shit all the time. That was my shit. Yeah, I had a party. Much people came through. I'm chilling with the. Oh, wait. I'm chilling with a girl. Wait. Yeah, I had a party. Much people came by. Chilling with a G because the G real fly. Chilling in the room, chewing off an ear, chilling stupid fly because I got stupid gear. That was my shit. That was my shit. That was my shit.
You can't resist. Listen, bro. I gotta play this shit when we get off the fucking line, man.
I'll tell you, that was my shit. Yeah, you got me remember that shit. Yeah, I had a party. Much people came by. Chilling with the G because the G real fly. Chilling in the room, chewing off an ear, chilling stupid fly because I got stupid gear.
They should play that shit in church.
Bars.
Never played ball. 911 is a joke. All that shit. The boy had some bars.
You know what I mean? He definitely had some lyrics. He definitely had some. His song, all Flavor songs was good. They gave him one song per album. He made the best of it. 911 is a joke. Yeah.
I'm just happy that's still here.
Yeah.
The shit that he done to fuck his life up, you know.
Well, they kicked him out of the group. How you gonna have Public Enemy with no Flavor Flav?
Everybody having Run DMC without the DMC. You know what I mean? You can't. Shit. I mean, the 27 Club is deep, man. You know, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean.
Well, then you added on Kurt Cobain in 1994 and Amy Winehouse. Well, you just said Amy Winehouse, but you can't forget who kicked off the 27 Club, and that was Robert Johnson.
That was who?
Robert Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, well, he made a deal with the devil. He's still living somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Deal with the devil, man.
It's dark as hell. it's dark as hell is hot. I don't know, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, shit. DMX really deal with the devil. He lived long enough to make sure he can do what he got to do. You know, come on, fuck on, man. I mean, it was a lot. It's a lot of artists. I mean, shit. I'm not going. Let's not even just put about John Belushi. Even though he wasn't a singer, he was an artist. You know, an artist as a performer. You know, what was the other guy name that played Chris Farley? You know what I mean? I know we talking about music, but we talking about, I mean, just think about the talent that died before they turned 27, period. You know? Hello?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, it's just, I mean, if we really go dig deep into who passed away before that, you know, Mac Miller.
Yeah, I mean,
Triple X, what's his name? Extastion.
yo, we talked about everybody you talking about. We said
King Von.
Not him.
Yeah, King Von. Well, I mean, that motherfucker, he was a devil.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he fits into this. I mean, he does because he was under 27, but yeah, yeah. I mean, we talk about drill rappers. We gonna be here for a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
look, son, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first heard King Von, my daughters turned me on to him, and I was listening to him. I was like, "This motherfucker's snitching on himself." And then I turned around. They had a documentary of on Netflix about him killing like 10 to 15 people. I'm like, this motherfucker ain't he's not a serial killer. He's a serial killer. He killed Frosted Flakes and fucking Coolers and shit. He killed motherfucking people.
yeah.
You know, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah, I'm good.
This motherfucker would get on a video. I was looking at a video a couple weeks ago. And this boy said, dead ops, all my bodies get headshots. But he didn't just say it as a rap. He said it as a rap and he was smiling in the video. When you smile about shooting people in the fucking head, you have a soul that just don't give a fuck about human beings.
Wait, he's gone, right?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna let him rest in peace. I'm gonna do that for him. This dude still his fan.
Oh, you just don't speak to me 32 minutes in. All right. What's up, Troy? You did not. Hold up.
My most humble and sincere apology, Queen. Shit. Blame it on the juice that got me feeling loose. Blame it on the Tron. Catch me in the fucking zone. Fucking alcohol. Fuck Telesport. Fuck Taylor Swift. Well, yeah, man, there's a lot of motherfuckers that if you really do your homework on people who passed away before 27, that shit is like, you know, real fucking deep, man. Real deep, man. And it's sad because Pop Smoke.
Yeah, big that.
Y'all brought him up too? Yeah, I'm up. Oh, man, listen, bro. Shit. I was just looking at his video a couple of weeks ago, too. Shit. Christian Dior. Shit. I remember when he first came out, and my knee wasn't hurt. I was practicing his dancing, bro. You know, that was when I was 53. I'm 55, man. I can't do that no more, son. I can't do that no more, bro.
I don't need to do that for me.
You know, 53. At 53, I could have done it. Christian Dior, with a razor clothes. You know, but, you know. What y'all talk about, son?
Well, we was talking about some of the mystery. Well, what I wanted to talk about was some of the mysteries surrounding the 27 Club. Kim had never heard of the 27 Club.
No,
For real, I never knew that. Yeah.
And I'm sure she's not the only one who never heard of it. But I was surprised about that.
Well, the original 27 Club. Yeah, well, the original 27 Club started with Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. You know, started back then. But you know, once as time went on, then you start adding to the Amy Winehouse, the Kurt Cobains, you know, Mac Miller. You know, then you start getting to a different, the 2000s with the, you know, certain other people, you know. But I mean.
Was Mac Miller 27?
Yeah, Mac Miller was just under 12. He was a little bit under 27. Like, I think he was 25 or 26.
yeah, we already said him, remember?
Yeah, but we're talking about the actual 27 Club. You got to be actually 27. So he's not part of it.
I think he was.
He's part of the under. Or maybe the over, but he ain't part of the 27 Club. So the 27 Club is Robert Johnson, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. That's the original 5. Then we got Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse. Yeah. But
I mean, that was something I want to be a part of.
yeah, nobody wants to be a part of it, but
I'm just happy to be part of the 55 Club.
I would much rather be. You know, the crazy thing about it is, like, DMX was wilder than all them cats, and DMX,
yeah,
and he made it all the way to 50.
That boy will sit on the stage. He'll fuck all your emotions up. You know, he'll hit you with every fucking rap song and get you all hyped, and then at the end say a prayer. Then have you crying. Get at me, dog. You know what the killers? Get at me, dog. Barking like a dog nigga on the Heavenly Father. What the fuck you doing, DMS? Bring out every fucking emotion.
I think it was having emotions. That's why.
Well,
yeah, I mean, the thing about DMX is that I respect his craft, but his livelihood and his upbringing really is a hurt thing to hear about. You know what I mean? Mom didn't love him, and all the shit he went through, and the bull turned him on the crack by giving him a turbo and shit like that. I mean, it's just
when he was a kid, though.
Yeah,
when he was a kid. That's why people talk about the hood, baby. We got you. You couldn't, because why would you do that to a child? So.
Yeah, you know, I mean, let me tell you something. That's why, you know, when you're a kid, you still gotta have a leader's mentality. I'm 55, but I still haven't smoked weed. I take that shit as like a badge of honor.
Well,
I think that shit like a badge of honor, man. It's every time I tell people, they're like, "Get the fuck out of here." I say, "Listen, no, I never smoked it."
I mean,
I've been around.
Whatever you do, you have to know your body and you have to know your limitations. There are plenty of weed heads who live to be, to get to be in their 80s and 90s. Yeah. But they understand. That's exactly who I was thinking about. So it's not.
He is smooth 133.
It literally is about how you do it, not necessarily what you do.
Shit, Willie Nelson so old he a chapter in the Bible.
Cause he probably still drink smoke reefer. That's probably the difference.
No, they said that shit that Willie Nelson smoked ain't. They said that shit that he smoked ain't smokable.
He don't smoke weed. He smoke reefer.
That motherfucker smoked nothing but quality. Snoop said that motherfucker it ain't no joke. So no, he not smoking the.
I know somebody who still smokes reefer. and get top. Every time I'm around,
top paper.
Cracked up. I'm like, what?
He still get top paper. He still use top paper.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there cat. I know cats who like
top.
my man, my man who died last year, Earth. He only smoked Reggie weed. He ain't like none of that. He ain't like none of that. He ain't like none of that spacey shit. He ain't want no part of none of that. None of that genetically modified shit. He ain't want none of that.
Oh yeah. When his weed guy would come through, he was always like, "Hey, I gotta stop and bring you yours because yours is a special cut." Like,
I know, right? Everybody else on that.
Like I can just go out in the yard and pick yours and bring it to you.
Everybody else on that moon rock shit. He got the regular shit.
I'm letting you know from the door. If I smoke weed, I want the cheesecake brand. The one that can fucking get you high, make you feel it already fulfill your hunger at the same time. I want the cheesecake spread.
No, I don't want any.
So
even though people think I smoke weed.
Ironically, no. I was about to say with the 27 Club, the original 5, it seemed like all of them had like drug and alcohol issues, but that's not the way Brian Jones died. And that's not necessarily the way that Robert Johnson died.
Right.
You know, very suspicious circumstances surrounding his death, because I'm not buying none of that made a deal with the devil shit. I mean, get the fuck out of here. You know how many people, if that shit was even halfway true, you know how many people would have already done it as well?
Yeah.
It'd be a bunch of demons running around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hear that shit.
People say about Haiti and New Orleans.
Well, no. With that Haiti shit, that came from that fucking mega church preacher.
I know.
Not Jerry Falwell. What was his name?
I mean, what about Frankie Lyman was 25 when he died?
Yeah, we said him.
Wait a minute. What was it? The fuck was his name? Because he really rode out with that dumb shit. Who was the preacher who said that Haiti was cursed by the devil? Pat Robertson.
Yeah, because they don't want to believe that their sisters and brothers was like, well, you already got us down. We just gonna go down fighting.
Yeah, like they couldn't have just defeated the. They couldn't have just strategically found a way to beat the French army. They had to make a deal with the devil, and now they curse for life. Well, why
they should have let the boys go on over there who said they was going to go over there and take over? They should have let them go, and so they could find out too.
Well, they say that Toussaint Louverture was the first member of the 27 Club.
Who was?
Toussaint Louverture.
He was the first member of the Fuck Around and Find Out Club. That's what he was.
He was the first member of the 27 Club. That's a little known fact that a lot of people don't talk about. You heard it here first. That's why they had to get him up out of there.
That's why they should have let the white boys go over there who felt like they was going to go over there and kill all the Haitian men and take over and control the women. They should have let them go. Let them go. They wanted to be over there so bad. They had a plan worked out. They should have just let them go instead of meet them at the airport. I would love to see how that turned out.
In the boy Juice World, he was 21. This motherfucker, he on a plane. He coming to land. The cops coming to the plane. He said, you know what? Let me smart enough. Let me swallow the drugs that I was taking.
That's a lot of not wanting to get locked up, boy.
Yes, yes. Let me swallow them, not realizing they're going to kill me. No, I'm just going to swallow them. I'm okay. So I'm already. I need Juice World. Well, you're in a world of juice now, motherfucker.
Well.
You know what I mean?
Shit happens. Shit happens.
I was intelligent. And I already know y'all done brought up Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, we were talking about them as the under. And, I was going back and forth with somebody had asked me, do I think Diddy had anything to do with Biggie or Tupac's death? And I said, I can't speak on Tupac, but economically, it doesn't make sense that he had anything to do with Biggie's death.
Said that. I don't remember you said that, but then when I look at the documentary, I can see what he did, and I can honestly say that I think that he had something to do with it. You know, jealous and envy will put you to the point of wanting to, when you want to be something bigger than what your artist is. I mean, anytime the person that just died, number one, you took the money that you paid them to pay for the funeral. That's what the documentary said.
And that's why it don't make sense that he would have killed him. Because he took money from Biggie, his money. That's why it don't make sense. Because that was a fucking goose that laid a golden egg. Why would you kill? So you just gonna take the eggs and kill the goose? That makes sense.
Well, after the goose just helped you write your whole No Way Out album.
So that's still a form of killing the goose. That album ain't gonna produce another goose. You got the goose.
When the goose ready to fly the coop, you ain't got the goose no more. You ready to leave.
See, what people don't understand is that regardless of what you think of Diddy, he's smarter than most people. He don't think surface level. And he about that paper. He is not gonna fuck up his paper. Now, if you're not making
smarter than most people, because he wouldn't be behind bars.
That don't have nothing to do with intelligence. When I say that he's smarter than most people, hold on. So you saying that everybody who's behind bars is not smart? Because anybody can catch a case.
Than most people. I'm not talking about everybody behind bars.
I think he's more treacherous than most people. Not smart. I think that he's more treacherous.
Yeah, that sounds better.
So okay, so he was hold on. So treachery is what established a whole record company and a whole clothing company and a whole liquor company and a whole network of negativity.
You're entitled to your opinion.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just see because just because hold on. Just because somebody does something that I don't like, I'm not going to say that they're not smart. You can do all kinds of. You could be an asshole. It doesn't mean that you're not smart. You might be mad smarter than me. That don't mean I'm going to like you. And
it's not because I don't like him. It's because I don't think he's smarter than most people.
Well, but you're basing that on what?
What has he done that makes him smarter than most people?
He built a fucking empire. He built an empire. He built an empire.
Doesn't make him smarter than most people.
That is something that proves that he's smarter than most people.
He cure cancer.
So what? And nobody else has either. And so nobody has cured cancer. So nobody is smart.
Smarter than most people, in my opinion.
How? How is that not?
My thing is this.
People used to.
Did you see the documentary yet?
What? Which documentary?
The one that 50 Cent did.
No, and I told you I'm not watching that dumb shit. Why would I watch that?
I know you said that you're not watching.
I'm not watching it. Why would I watch that?
I wasn't going to watch it, but when I watched it and I listened to it, a lot of shit that this boy did, like I said, it was treacherous. It was deep. The shit that he did to put himself in position to be where he at. Now, when you say it's smart, yes, you can be smart on a way of how you make your money, but the smart part of what you do is also supposed to benefit the people that you're bringing in within your space. But you can also be smart and be treacherous by bringing the people in the space and backbiting them and not paying them and doing them dirty and not giving them their publishing and taking their publishing and taking their women. You're doing a lot of shit in the background that don't nobody know about. It was a joke they had. They said Biggie wasn't cockeyed because he was cockeyed. He was cockeyed because he had to keep his eye on Diddy.
Well, if you don't go somewhere with that dumbass shit, see, this is the shit. This is the shit I be fucking talking about. See, this is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit I be talking about. This is the kind of shit I be talking. Motherfuckers be thinking with their fucking emotions. I don't do that. I don't think with my fucking emotions. That's why I can separate. That's why I can separate one thing from another thing. If I thought, hold on. If I thought with my emotions, if I allowed my emotions to take over my thought process, then anybody who I didn't like would be an idiot, because that's how emotional thinkers think. But because I hold on, because I think with my fucking mind and I think logically, I'm thinking that you have to, in order to build a network, you have to be smart, because you have to have influence to get other people to do what you need them to do in a certain kind of way that will see your vision from its conception all the way into its fruition. That's not an easy. Most motherfuckers can't see past a paycheck every other week. So when you can sacrifice your what do I want to say, your immediate gratification for the long-term plan, that takes intelligence, because you have to stay the course. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, somebody in the chat said I'm defending. Hold on. Somebody in the chat said I was defending Diddy. No, I'm defending intelligence. When George W. Bush, hold on. When George W. Bush was president, motherfuckers used to always be running around here talking about he's so stupid, he's an idiot, blah blah blah. I'm like, that idiot owned the fucking baseball team. What do you have? What do you have that says you're smart? Because you hold on. Because you think that you could do somebody else's job better than they can. And more than likely, you can't do your own fucking job. I bet you most of the people who talk like that ain't even the best at their job that they work on, and they 9-to-5 shit. But you mean to tell me somebody who can make it to the office of the president is dumb? No, that's not going fucking. I don't even think Donald Trump is stupid. I don't like him. I don't appreciate him. But stupid, no, far from it.
If it's a possibility, I would like to elaborate on some of the things that you said, Mr. Federal 5-2.
Yeah, you can talk now.
If I may indulge myself in the conversation that you're speaking on, without being, interrupted, first and foremost, you're correct on some things you're saying. But when you sit back and you think about it, my name is Diddy and your name is Biggie, and I care about your well-being. I'm not going to bring you to L.A. Your ass would have been on Soul Train Awards via satellite. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about my brother. Yo, son, no, you ain't coming out here. Go right there. Go to London. He wanted to, the people that worked for Diddy, like when you think about, every time you hear Gene Bill talk on YouTube or you hear Gene Bill talk, period, he should be locked up for the shit that he knew.
See, this is...
Let me speak, son.
Oh, my fucking God.
He should be locked up for the things that he knew because he thought about his bottom line, and his bottom line was his pocket.
And he the only one? He the only one who do some crazy shit for money?
Son, I respectfully let you speak. Let me speak, please, sir.
I respectfully let you speak way before I spoke. I let y'all get all y'all shit off.
Son, when you
while y'all was kicking that old crazy shit y'all be talking about. That old emotional crazy shit.
Everybody has an opinion, and I can respect your opinion. So now just think about what I'm saying and just wrap your head around it. Biggie died. Before Biggie died, he had to cover a Rolling Stone. What Biggie said was, no, I need that cover because I got my album coming out. So you took the cover of Rolling Stone on him. You not only did he die, you took money from his coins to pay for funeral after you realized how expensive it was. You brought him to London, to LA, knowing damn well that people were still feeling the pain of Tupac dying. You put him in harm's way. And nobody can deny it. He said,
and this is why I say you're thinking with your emotions. For real. This is what, because
if I know you going through some shit in South Philly, am I going to tell you to come down South Philly? Fuck no. I'm not.
Like I said,
that's not emotion. You think with your brain. I'm not going to bring you to an area that's going to do you harm. I'm not.
Okay, you wouldn't. You can't speak for everybody else. You can't. Listen. I watch the Eagles every fucking week that they play. And I watch those bonehead plays from the offensive coordinator. And I wonder, why the fuck would you run these plays? They're not the plays I would run. They're the plays, but they are the plays that the so-called experts would. So I don't have any control over that. All I know is that I wouldn't do what they did. And there are a whole lot of circumstances and a whole lot of instances and a whole lot of examples where people don't do what you would do. It doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do. It doesn't mean that it's not the smart thing to do. It doesn't mean that it's not something that is an option to do. So you can hold on. You brought up Gene Deal and Rolling Stone magazine. All that shit is small ball. And people, it is so. I'm gonna tell you. Wait. I'm gonna tell you why it's small ball. Because you're not thinking. Those things.
Something early.
Wait a minute. Wait. I gotta turn you down. I gotta turn you down. It's small ball because you're only thinking in the immediate sense. And somebody like Diddy does not think only in the immediate sense. He doesn't do that. And people who create a network, people who build businesses, do not think for the day. They think for the long term. And the proof of that is their businesses make money in the long term with residual income, starting from way back when they started to long after. Those checks are coming in. For whether he spends the rest of his life in jail, those checks will come in because he set it up, because he thinks for the long term. People who don't have that kind of acumen, they think for today. They think for today. They're not able to think long term because they think emotionally. They're the type of person that would win the lottery for 500 million a day, and it would be gone in 5 to 10 years. Because they are today thinkers. They don't know what it's like to build something. They don't have the resolve. They don't have the vision. They don't have the patience. They don't have it. And only a small percentage of people who have it. And that's why they're so misunderstood. Because the masses can't understand that shit. Because they are 9 to 5 thinkers. They don't think for the long haul. And the proof of that is then you look at what they got. Look at what they got. Everything they got, they waiting to retire. You know what I mean? They thinking pension money and all that kind of shit. The fuck out of here. Real people looking at that shit. That's not how they think. Okay.
I came from the blood, sweat, and tears of people that he fucked up. Man, he didn't pay. Everything he got, he didn't pay people.
And like,
he didn't pay mates. He didn't pay Mark Curry. He didn't pay Craig Mack. He didn't pay. He barely paid Biggie.
And you and what?
Somebody being manipulative is the same as somebody being smarter than most people.
I'm not saying that their deception or their treachery is proof of their intelligence.
Smarter than most people.
I spoke about networks.
Than most people.
I spoke about building businesses. I spoke about networks and businesses. That's where I'm talking about intelligence coming from. I'm not talking about your ability to outwit somebody.
So when I seen about Gene Bill, right? If you knew in the beginning and you seen the shit that he did in the beginning and you reported what he did in the beginning, you know how many people that would have protected? That's amazing in our Shelley. If you know everything that this motherfucker was doing that was heinous and you reported it, you know how many people that would have protected? How many young girls that would have protected? You can't.
What was Gene's? Hold on.
You can
What was?
Sit back and say that the people that knew wasn't worried about their bottom line. Their bottom line was their pocket.
What was Gene Deal's job? What was his?
His job was a security guard.
Oh, all right.
He seen everything.
You right. The security guard. Doing a bunch of interviews and shit.
Listen, if Jaguar Wright sit back and come up and start talking about all this shit and knowledge and giving you all this shit that she know about this person, you are part of the conspiracy. You should be locked up for that.
And now you so what we got here? We got Gene Deal and now we got Jaguar Wright.
That I like that you said that because I think
what
he's complicit too. I agree.
So let me ask you a question. If me and you go to the gas station and I'm in the car and I'm driving, and you go in the store and you shoot the attendant and I don't report that, I'm part of the conspiracy.
We talked about that last night, sir.
Right.
Funny you should bring that up. We talked about that just last night.
The conspiracy. If I'm part of the conspiracy, right? So at the end of the day, I'm worried about my bottom line. I'm worried about you, and I'm worried about my bottom line. My bottom line is, look, it's my people. If I was worried about myself, I would have turned you in and be like, look, his name is Omar, blah, blah, blah. Yes, lock his punk ass up. So 752, lock him up.
None of those people told until their money stopped coming in.
There you go. So they were worried about, don't speak up on shit now when you didn't speak up on it at all.
Okay, but what do they have to do with what we talking about?
Because the money stopped running, so now you want to turn to him in, and it benefits you. Now you.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about, though? What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Now you're on a platform where you're getting paid for it. It's not the fact that Diddy, I'm not saying that he's not smart. But
you did some say that.
He was being smart, then he was just smart with intelligence.
Y'all literally said that he wasn't intelligent a few minutes ago. Y'all literally said that shit.
What I said to you.
No, I didn't say he wasn't. But I said it was not.
We gonna roll back the tape. We gonna roll back the tape.
Smarter than most people. And I said, no, I don't think he's smarter than most people.
That's not all you said, Kim.
That is exactly what I said.
You said if he was so smart, why is his ass in jail? If he was so smart, that's what you said.
I said if he was smarter than most people, why is he in jail? That's what I said.
Yeah,
and I don't believe he's smarter than most people. I don't. Just because he's manipulative, it does not make him smarter than most people.
Was Bill Cosby? Do you consider Bill Cosby to be smart or stupid?
We're going to say all the gang head leaders are smarter than most people.
No. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Did you consider? I'm just asking. Do you consider Bill Cosby to be smart or stupid?
I don't think he's smarter than most people. Does he have an inkling of intelligence? Yes.
I'm going to elaborate on Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is a smart individual, but the thing about Bill Cosby is the shit that was going on back in them times was Quaaludes.
Oh, God, here the fuck we go.
If you go to the fucking Playboy mansion, that's all he was giving these bitches. Tried to call them bitches, but some of them was like that. That was part of the lifestyle.
So Bill Cosby get a pass, but
that doesn't make it okay. I hate when people say that. That doesn't make it okay. Nothing was wrong.
Listen, they were taking them for their own. They were taking them for their own.
I can't.
Not so
Listen.
much as, now, the ones that he gave them,
What happened here?
he deserved to be locked up for. But let me tell you something about Bill Cosby. It is all these white women mixed with black women. Back in the time when Bill Cosby was on I Spy, was the hottest comedian out there. If any white woman went to the authorities and said, Mr. Cosby drugged me, you know what Bill Cosby was, son? And you know what happened with Mr. Bill Cosby had they went to the authorities and told them that? Because Bill Cosby was still this thing that white people always called us, niggas. And had he turned them in, he would have been locked up back then. That's what I'm talking about. But you thought about your bottom line.
And because he always thinks about his bottom line and the future of his bottom line, it doesn't make any sense to me that he would have.
I'm not talking about him thinking about his bottom line. I'm talking about the people around him that thought about their bottom line.
No, they wasn't thinking about their bottom line like he was, because he's the boss, and they was just a bunch of employees. They was just a bunch of employees, dog.
Back then, people would have a voice because he was famous.
So listen. You stated your position. Diddy is wrong, but Bill Cosby was all right.
That's not what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said. What I said was, at some point in time, that was part of the lifestyle. I said some of the people were taking Quaaludes. I said, but I don't condone the fact that he was giving people them. I said that. And I said, but if any white woman like Janice Dickinson or any white woman that he was around back then had reported that, he was still a nigga back then. And he would have been locked up.
I don't know any. Only in the movies do I see somebody cut off they nose to spite their face, like Scarface. You know what I mean? Kill his right hand man. You know, in real life, I don't see people do that. You know what I'm saying? Like people who really understand the long term. You know what I'm saying? If you just a street hustler or whatever.
But if you understood, then if that's the case, if people understand the long term, don't wait until this boy get ready to get jammed up. Come out and speak then. When you had a voice back then.
We're not even talking about the same thing. Troy, do you hear? I'm not talking about that shit you talking about. I'm talking about playing the long financial game. And I'm talking about whether I think Diddy. Listen. I'm talking about whether I think Diddy had a part in Tupac. I mean, in Biggie's death.
And he had a part in Tupac's and Biggie's death. And
I'm telling you why. And you've said in everything that you said how it doesn't make sense that he would have done that.
No, I didn't say how it doesn't make sense.
No, you didn't say it. You didn't say it that way, but you keep saying how all. God damn, man! Yo, let me finish talking when I'm talking. Yo, when I'm in the middle of a sentence, I need to be able to finish it.
Listen to you.
So, like I said, you've been saying that he's always worried about his bottom line, and that's why it doesn't make any sense that he would have killed Biggie, because Biggie.
Say that he was worried about his bottom line. I'm talking about the people.
What do you mean you didn't say
about their bottom line?
You didn't.
Him on the other hand, whatever shit that he done wrong was covered because he was worried about his bottom line. They were worried about their bottom line, so he was covered. He was okay. Nobody spoke on it. So when it came to Biggie, if you give a fuck about your artist and you know that he going some shit in the West Coast, why would you tell him to come to the West Coast? When we tell you why he came to the West Coast, Biggie came to the West Coast because he wanted to show Suge that he was the shit. I can come on your damn coast and live and do what I want to fucking do. I can make my album out here. I can bring Biggie out here. I can do anything the fuck I want. He didn't think about it.
It couldn't be that he was just promoting his album?
No. Because you can promote his album without him being out there. You can promote his album without him being out there.
How?
Oh my God, son.
We talking about 1997. We're not talking about 2007, 2000.
They do it all the time. People call, the radio station call the individual. If they're on the West Coast, they call on the East Coast, and they put them on the radio. He had to be out there.
In 1997, you have to remember how things went in 1997. You had to make personal appearances.
Well, you know what went?
Now, I don't disagree that it was a bad idea for Biggie to go out there and for Diddy to call him out there, but I just disagree that he brought him out there in order to get killed, because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do it that way.
Well, listen. You can disagree.
And economically, it just doesn't make any sense. Biggie would have he owned 100% of his publishing. Who did? Diddy.
Diddy owned, right? He owned Biggie's publishing.
Right. So,
he sold it to him.
But exactly. Because Biggie was still under a long-term contract, he would have kept making records for Diddy, and Diddy would have got 100% of his. Hold on. Here's what you have to understand, Troy. Biggie only made 2 studio albums. That's not enough. If it was Tupac, when Tupac had hundreds of songs recorded, it would make sense. But he only had 2 studio albums, and that was all he had. So after Life After Death, he had 15 songs left, and they was ass.
Son, Picasso was one of the greatest artists ever, and his artwork wasn't recognized until he died. Biggie work wasn't recognized as being one of the greatest rappers ever until he died. If you look at how many records were sold from Life After Death, you would realize how much money Biggie made off of them.
Do you know how much he would have made if he could have made a 3rd album alive? Or a 4th?
He was already on the road of being great himself, because Biggie set him up.
He didn't sell that many records, dog. What are you talking about? Neither one of them.
Crazy. Biggie Go on your phone right now, son, and see how many albums the Life After Death sell more than Ready to Die. Go on your phone
Ready
right now and see how much get No Way Out.
Ready to Die. What I'm talking about is that the money stopped after that album. So even if he sold 100 million, which he didn't, but even if he sold 100 million, it stops there. He was worth way more alive. If he could sell, if he would have been alive to put the singles out and the remixes of Ready to Die, do you know how many records he could have sold? That was a heaven. Hold on. I'm just giving you simple logic game. Every single that Biggie put out was a hit, and it was remixed. So without him being alive, you couldn't remix him because he's not there. If he was there, then you make double, triple, quadruple the sales that you would have made with him being dead. And it doesn't, and that was his last album. That was his last project. That was it.
What you just said up here said, you would make that if he was still part of Bad Boy. But his plan was to leave Bad Boy.
All of that speculation. He was under contract and he wasn't going nowhere.
It's not speculation.
How?
Lance Rivera talked about it. He spoke on it.
You know what? Listen. People can talk about whatever they want to talk about. A contract is a contract.
That was a business partner.
And with that business partner, he set up Lil C's and Lil Kim with Entertainment. And along with Cameron and Charlie Baltimore and all of that. He had ambitions for that. It would have been hard as hell. It would have been hard as hell for Biggie to get away from Bad Boy. It wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. Ask the Locks how easy it is to get off Bad Boy. Ask Faith Evans how easy it is, or 112. Ask him how easy it is to get off to get off a Bad Boy. You can want to go anywhere you want to go. He wasn't going nowhere.
Son, the thing about it is that it's not the fact that how hard it is. It's the fact that that's what he wanted to do.
Did he know this? Did he know that he was trying to leave?
Son, listen. What you speak, I can respect. But when I speak, it can't be not worth shit.
It's not that it's not worth nothing.
You did say something. You said that shit you talking don't sound right. The shit you talking
No, I'm talking about because you bringing up Gene Deal. You bringing up podcasts and interviews and all of that shit. Come on, man.
I'm bringing up certain individuals because the bottom line is their bottom line. The bottom line is what kept him going. And by them muting themselves and not telling them what was the fuck going on, sat back and created a monster. The same thing with R. Kelly. By not speaking up, it created a monster. Your opinion is your opinion, and I respect your opinion. You can't change my mind over what I feel and for what I think.
Okay.
I can't change yours, but I can respect yours.
Okay, but let me just ask you this. If you had an employee working under contract that was making you way more money than you could make on your own, would you fire that employee because that employee pissed you off about something?
I wouldn't fire that employee, but if that employee set me up to be a great rapper, and that employee had plans of leaving my company that would took away billions, then in my mind, it would think, how can I deal with this? What can I do? I done put so much money into this guy. Now you want to leave me? Fuck that. No, you ain't leaving me, motherfucker. That's why when Tupac got shot and fucking Suge got grazed, people thought Suge had something to do with Tupac getting killed. Nobody said nothing about Diddy. They thought Suge had something to do with Tupac because Tupac was ready to leave him. He was ready to leave.
Look, that's a whole different conversation.
No, but that's the whole conversation.
No, it's not, because there's such big differences between the way that a Suge Knight operated and the way that a Diddy operated. It's night and day.
So you thought Diddy didn't operate behind closed door like a fucking monster too, son? You just honestly.
You look at what see Suge Knight. I don't even believe you dragged me down this rabbit hole. Suge Knight wanted to be a thug. He was a blood gangster, and he wanted to be known for that. So he actually practiced openly and outwardly thuggish behavior. Like he never exemplified the way that a serious CEO should act. He never did that.
Do you know
Diddy did. Diddy had been trained in the entertainment industry. He was tutored. He was mentored. He knew how contracts worked. He knew the game way more than other people knew, and he didn't delve away from that. His business was always straight. Whether you like him or not, no, his business was always straight. His methods and the feelings around it were not favorable to other people. But his business was straight, and that's why people couldn't sue him successfully, and that's why he could sue them successfully, because his business was straight. And if you understand what I'm talking about when I say business, I'm not talking about the way that people feel about shit. I'm talking about what's contractual. That's your business being straight. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about the same thing. That's why I keep saying this is you gotta, in order to understand what I'm talking about, you gotta take your emotions out of it. If you can't do that, of course, some things are gonna make sense to you that really just don't make business sense. I'm talking about what makes business sense, not what. I know when I read up on shit, or when I see videos of shit, and I look at documentaries of shit, when my thoughts resonates with the thoughts of somebody else, then that's what I thought. I already said before I get seen a documentary that, and I told you that Diddy had something to do with Biggie's murder. Okay. And you said to me what you said to me. You see the same thing you're saying now. So when I speak up on it, right, and when I look at documentaries and I listen to what other people say and I listen to this and other, it just validates how I feel. Okay. Yes, he did it. Okay. He did it. And at the end of the day, the treacherous part and the shitiness behind him. Yes, you can be the best businessman ever. But at the end of the day, if being the best businessman is what makes other people suffer because you're not looking out for their bottom line. He didn't look, just like Kenny Gamble and Huff. They didn't look out for the bottom line of all of artists that was there writing the great songs. And they suffered. Barry Gordy didn't look out for all the people that were singing them songs. And they suffered. That's not what he suffered from. So you can sit back and say that Diddy was the best businessman ever. Being a great businessman is making sure that... I said that he made sure that his business was straight. I didn't say he was the best businessman. Well, his business was straight enough to what? Straight enough to benefit him. It didn't benefit the bottom lines of the people that was making the music. And that's why I say that you think with your emotions and not with not. No, I'm thinking with their emotions because they speaking up on it. You have the Locks on the radio station, Kiss and Styles P, and Sheik Luch on the radio station, Hot 97 arguing with Diddy about them fucking him around. He didn't. He got bass. Because they signed the contract that they didn't have to sign, right?
Oh my God, son.
I mean, because that's really what they mad about. They was looking for somebody to look out for them, but they signed a contract that clearly said you better look out for yourself, and they signed it. And they mad because Diddy honored the contract.
It had nothing to do with honoring the contract. It had a lot to do with respecting y'all.
Dog, listen, you're not talking business. You're talking about emotions. You are. You're talking about emotions.
All right.
But that's okay. Look, this show is over. I'm gonna do these. We're gonna talk about these votes, the poll, and then we out. All right.
And I want to thank you so much, man. Thank you for taking the tail report out my system. I appreciate it.
It is not out. That shit is nowhere the fuck out. This episode has been sponsored by Taylor's Port for sure. I want to know where my fucking money is. All right. So what do you think is the main reason for artists dying under 30 years old? Out of 96 votes, 56% say drugs and alcohol. 27% say violence. 8% said illness, and 8% said freak accidents like plane crashes, car accidents, falling off of a speaker like Trouble T. Roy, shit like that. Shit like that. All right. I want to thank everybody for participating in the poll. You see how lopsided the poll is versus the likes. Please do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It helps the channel. The channel needs help, and I would appreciate it greatly, greatly. All right, we're going to do these birthday shout outs, and then we're going to get on them out of here. Kim, I want to thank you for coming through. Troy, I want to thank you for coming through as usual.
Much love.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
When I see you, if I see you, I'm going to headbutt you, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap, and I'm gonna slap you with I'm gonna slap you with a wallet and a bank slip. The fuck out of here. All right. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 2nd. And they deserve to be acknowledged, so let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Katrina Hayward, and also Elena Chapman. Janisha So Erotic Taylor, Sitting Pretty Rental, Josie Brown, Audrey Slowly, Carnisha Goins, and last but not least, my man Robert Norbit. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 2nd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember. Well, we started off talking about the 27 Club, ended off talking about whether Diddy had anything to do with Tupac or Biggie's death, particularly Biggie's death. I don't know. Whatever happened, behind closed doors, meetings, rendezvous, setups, and all that kind of thing. I don't know if we'll ever really know. But what I do know this, wherever you're talking about a situation where a lot of money is involved, we should never be surprised that there will be treachery, that there will be violence, that there will be deception, and that there will be what could be perceived as larceny, which is robbery and theft. You'd be hard pressed to find an industry where a lot of money, or even a situation where a lot of money is involved, where you're not going to have any type of messiness going on. It would be nice if everybody could just, spread the wealth and share the love. But unfortunately, that's not the kind of life the kind of world that we live in. And when we talk about this 27 Club, there was suspicion of foul play in Brian Jones's death and Jimi Hendrix's death. Let me see. A lot of times, let's see, Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain suffered greatly from depression. So, I mean, should Kurt Cobain actually be in? Didn't he commit suicide? Wasn't Kurt Cobain's death a suicide? Wait a minute, let me get this straight. How did Kurt Cobain die? Why are we even dying and killing yourself? I guess the result is the same, but I'm not so sure if we should be putting that in the same category. What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't know about that one. He's in the 27 Club because he was 27, but it looks like he inserted himself into that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Queen Monica, what's good? What's good? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Oh, y'all, for those of y'all asking about these are cowbone necklaces. I call these struggle beads. Struggle beads. And it represents all of my people that I came up with that were in the struggle. The struggle coming up in the 80s. If you grew up in the 80s, or if you were born in the 80s, I was born in the 70s and I grew up in the 80s. And, so it was a whole lot of shit going on. It was definitely more going on than just Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, and Lionel Richie and all that kind of shit. It was, the 80s was rough. Y'all think this level of violence and political discourse is going on today? In the 80s, it was a whole lot of social shit going on that got us to where we are today. But it was so anyway, these beads represent that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see them up close. I'll let you see them up close. These are cowbone necklaces, baby. The cow bones. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back later on today, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Urban Therapy with Sun show. So make sure y'all come on through. Go ahead, get some rest right now. Get up. Be back here at 1:30 p.m. because on the weekends, we do our thing at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. So I hope to see y'all there. If I don't see y'all there, Happy New Year now, because we are here now, and I hope that everything goes well for y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. So. Look at this shit. This dickhead said, "Hey, bro, I know you. I punked you out one time, made your eyes hit the floor. Do it again, you pussy. The fuck out of here. I'm going to put you on the EAD tour. That's Eat a Dick tour. You go bye-bye. You go bye-bye. You bitch ass nigga. You go bye-bye." All right. And so, see y'all tomorrow. Hit the like button, y'all. share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I hope y'all enjoy listening to the show as much as I enjoy broadcasting it. I'll holler back. Peace.